Hey guys, this is your weekly tarot forecast for the Numinous week beginning December the 28th. And the card that I pulled out for us this week is very fitting, and it's the Death card. The Death card in tarot represents change, and what could represent change more than the turning over of a new calendar year? And since this week encompasses that tipping over point into 2016, I just want us to be able to go over more of the positive ways to spin into that new cycle. Because what I often find around this time is my Facebook feed sometimes fills up with people kind of making these threats for the new year. It often goes something like, last year was so terrible, 2016 better be good, We cannot threaten the time ahead of us into being good for us. But what we can do is forgive and accept and nurture the place that we have just come from. And I've spoken to you guys recently about the concept of forgiveness, that it's that kind of cutting of the cosmic tie, allowing you to move forward. So forgiveness practice at the end of the year is always a good thing. A surrender practice at the end of the year is always a good thing. But just in terms of that kind of switching of energy, an exercise that you can do instead of wallowing over what might have come, is to actually thank yourself for the fact that you've kind of made it to this point. So often at the end of a year, we start tallying things up in terms of perceived losses and gains. So it's like, oh, I failed at that thing, or I didn't achieve that thing. Oh yeah, but I did that thing. And you're kind of weighing things up like that. And I have to let you guys know that life isn't about winning. Like, it's not a competition where you kind of tally up things and bam, you've made it, like you've achieved something. Again, it fits in with that sense of us thinking happiness and success and enlightenment are these places that we can find. None of them are places. They're all things that we can experience on a day-to-day basis. So at the end of the year, the worst thing to do is sit there and go over and replay things that you wish you could change. Sit there kind of rewriting stories so that they're better. And, it's never productive because, of course, you can't change the past. So what I invite you to do is thank the past, okay? So look at the challenges that you've had and say, I am grateful for that challenge. I want you to accept that you aren't always supposed to have the answers. We're always searching for meaning in everything. And it's true that our experiences do have meaning, but it's rare that we find them out in the instant. Sometimes you suddenly are like, oh, that thing 15 years ago, I finally get it now. Sometimes we do get that kind of, yesterday, oh, yeah, that means that. But again, we can't bully things into revealing their meaning for us. But what we can do is just say, okay, I trust that happened to lead me somewhere. My challenges are in place to lead me to higher ground. And then what you can do is focusing on welcoming in the time ahead of us. So the fear of the unknown, which everyone has, that little bit of like, what's behind that unmarked door? I really want you guys to begin 2016 with a sense of, here I am, I'm ready, bring it on. Because to be able to cope and manage with change, whatever change it is, all change isn't bad, remember. Change is a natural part of life, and I've said this before, it's your natural state, you're an evolving human. We need to love it, right? If we resist change, we usually find that life is constantly kicking us in the ass, okay? So I want you to try for 2016 to be like, do you know what? Bring it on. I love it. I love change. Hooray! Wake up and say, I love change. I'm ready. I'm ready. And with that, you can step lightly over the border of 2015 and 2016, and I will see you in the new year.